From Gen Wealth Financial Advisors, it's the fastest 4 minutes in investing.
Scott Inman, John Shrewsbury, talking today about a little bit of an update to something that has been a foundational principle or concept at Gen Wealth Financial Advisors since the very beginning.
Yes.
And that's the 6 Ds of wise investing. And when we say it's a bit of an update, John, I mean, I think you always have to review things on a regular basis, and you've done this and taken a look at, well, what has really maybe changed or what is different about investing and preparing for retirement today that maybe wasn't there 15 years ago?
Absolutely. And if you go to our website, getreadyforthefuture.com, you can see the original 6 Ds of wise investing on the website. And 3 of those still remain as they have been: diversification, dollar cost averaging, and defensive. Because in this market environment, those things still play out without question. And the others are actually in play as well. But we wanted to highlight 3 new ones, Scott, that I think really do come into play in this new post-COVID era that we are dealing with, because obviously we've got a lot of change in not only the markets, but the economy and in our country. And we feel like that there are things that you really need to think about as you dive into thinking about investing and the principles that surround investing.
So we're talking a lot on the show today about diversification. So we'll kind of move past that. Dollar cost averaging, you can look at the website. So we're not going to spend a lot of time on the first 3. Defensive is the third one. So let's concentrate on those 3 new ones. The first one is due diligence. What do you mean by that?
I mean that you've got to be really particular about what you invest your money in. I think that there's a lot out there. Investment options have exploded. And if you're not careful, you'll get railroaded into something that sounds really good, but really does not perform in the way that you want it to perform. I think due diligence means, does it fit my situation? Does it fit my lifestyle? Does it fit the objectives that I have for my investments? And doing that due diligence is something that has always been there, but we wanted to put a magnifying glass on it right now, Scott, because we think that due diligence is at a premium in this kind of market.
Yeah, why am I thinking about GameStop right now? Right?
Yeah, there you go.
It's
exactly.
It's the things that need to perform over the long term, and due diligence can help you define what those are. Speaking of define, number 5 on the 6 Ds of wise investing, defined purpose.
Yeah, I think oftentimes people, like the GameStop situation, get distracted by all the noise that's out there, and they forget about why they're investing in the first place. What is the defined purpose? If it's just to make some more money, that's really not an objective. You really need to be tying your investments to the things that you want and need for your future life. And that is the purpose behind investing. Yeah. And you have to have those investments to fit in with those purposes.
That's so good. It's not just about making money and seeing what that's so nearsighted.
Yes.
Okay, I made money today. Well,
Yes.
what's the defined purpose in the long term? And our final one is discipline.
Discipline is so important in this day and time when you can actually just pick up your phone and get all kinds of information and react to that information. Staying the course and being disciplined about the purpose that you have and the intention that you have with that investment is all the more reason to do that right now. Obviously, Scott, you can bounce from one investment to the other these days and it not really cost you a whole lot of money to do that. But the question that you've got to ask, is it the right thing to do? Do I need to stick to my guns in this situation and weigh out maybe like, for instance, the COVID thing? When, COVID began to hit, discipline needed to take over and say, don't sell, stay with it, and look what's happened on the other side.
A wise update to the 6 Ds of wise investing. Again, you can check out the original 6 at our website, getreadyforthefuture.com. That is it for the fastest 4 in investing for this week. We thank you for watching on social media. The Get Ready for the Future show continues right after this.